So how did I get this fortunate on this Aftermath? Not one of the ladies, but both of them. I feel privileged. What's up, Diva? What's up, Tiki?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, hanging in.
I'm
Glad
joining you from Gatlinburg. I'm on vacation, but since I like you guys so much, I decided I would do this.
grace
I'm
with
here.
the presence of Diva.
Absolutely.
I'm with it.
Cheers.
So y'all doing okay today?
Yes, I'm 3 mimosas in. I am doing quite well.
Oh, you probably are. So another Aftermath is on the air. We up here doing another interview. So we got a great R&B singer coming out of California from the West Coast, Varro Vivyds. We're gonna talk to her. She just dropped a song like within the last couple of days. She got a lot going on, you know, trying to get herself out there, get her name out there. So we're gonna talk to her and get to know her. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and bring her on and shoot the breeze here on the Aftermath.
Sounds good.
Yay.
Hi. Oh, wait.
Hello.
Let me see. Hold
Barb.
on. Have to do
Okay.
the video.
There
Hi.
we go. Hey,
Hi.
hey there.
Hi.
That's Varro Vivyds right there. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just hanging out. This isn't my house, but it's nice. So I found a cool little spot and I'm pretty happy about it.
Yes.
I love it. This is not mine, but I'm just here.
It's my cousin's house and we're visiting with my grandma right now. And I feel like I'm on a mini vacation because we haven't been able to see anybody for a year. So
Oh,
their house is
wow.
like really, really nice. So I'm on vacation right now.
Live
Very
it up,
good.
girl. Live it up.
Stay safe.
Absolutely.
Well, I tell you what, we appreciate you taking time out of your mini vacation to come, you know, shoot the breeze with
course.
us.
I'm so
And,
excited. I'm like nervous too.
No reason to be nervous.
Don't
You know,
be
we have
nervous.
this. No, we have this whole welcoming thing. Before this is all over, you're gonna feel like family. I guarantee you.
Perfect.
So, you know, we're in getting to know your work. We just want to jump right in there and put it out to the people who listen to us. So, if you could just start off, if you could just tell the listeners what was like the spark that let you know, okay, singing. I like this. I'm good at this. This is something that I want to do.
Well, it actually started with me with writing when I was pretty young. I would say even first grade, I would come up with little poems that didn't make sense, but I just found writing was great. And then it was in third grade that I wanted to start singing, but I wasn't good at all. And I didn't start doing voice lessons until about fifth grade. I remember going on to the fifth grade talent show and like screeching Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. That was my like first official singing talent show, and it was horrendous. It was so bad. And after that, I learned how to appropriately sing. So my parents listened to a lot of music, but nobody in my family is really musical. So I don't know where it came from exactly, but it's there, and I'm happy about it.
Wait, is there a video of this talent show? Because I'm pretty
Yes.
sure it's so cute.
I have no idea. I'll actually ask one of my best friends. She's a singer too. And her mom is a total stage mom, and she performed. So if anybody's going to have it, it'll be my friend. So I'll ask, and if she does, I'll send it to you guys.
Because I bet
We
that
would
is
love
too
to see
cute.
that.
We would definitely love to see that.
Too, now that I think about it.
So
That sounds adorable.
So, Varro, also in getting to know your work, knowing that you write your own songs and everything. So, if I had that correct, so do you have like a particular songwriting routine? Like, it's a certain time of day, you need quiet. So, you know, what's your element when you're writing?
It really depends. So I do write all my own melody and lyrics, but I don't write the instrumentals. So I buy beats online or from producers that I know. And it really starts with the melody for me. So some people work opposite, where they have their words, their poems, and they say, I want to put something to that. I'm pretty much, I need to hear the music and feel it first. And then I start writing on top of it. In terms of quiet or not, I mean, inspiration just, it comes when it comes. So I don't necessarily need quiet, but it's pretty chaotic. I have this really old school iPhone and I use the voice memos. So what I do on my phone is I'll play the beat and I'll record myself on the other phone. And so I'll play the melody And then when I'm first writing, I'll just do like random words to the song. I'll be like 1, 2, 3, and then I kissed you. And I'll like try to find the beat and the melody within it. And then once I find a rhythm that I like, I put real words to it. So it's pretty chaotic.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I think that's pretty, I don't know, that makes sense to me. I think because the beats will move you in a certain way, and then your words follow that because it's emotional. So then I think you can connect to the beat first, and then you can find the words for how you want to express yourself. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I enjoy writing. I love singing, and I know I'm good. I could be better, but writing is really where it is for me. It's anything that comes from pursuing this career. I hope to be at least the one writing the songs that other people are singing. So that writing is really emotional for me. And I have a lot of fluff songs, but everything is something that I've kind of experienced.
Have you started like writing for other artists or getting other artists to sing your songs to see how like you'd like it, or how they're feeling you?
I'm just starting to reach out and make more musical connections. Surprisingly, I'm from a small town called Ben Lomond. There's not very many population, but there's actually a lot of artists. So I have good friends that do it, but I'm starting to reach out more now. And I have a couple people, and we're talking about doing collaborations, but I don't have anybody singing my work yet. So if you know anybody who needs a song written, just like let me know. Shameless plug.
How do you?
That's what it's for.
Yeah. How do you? Okay, because being that writing is so personal, and then like if you do get someone to sing your song, how do you like disconnect from? Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's like your baby, that's like your song, and you're like, you're doing it wrong. Like, how do you
exactly.
How do you make that transition to like give someone your, your baby, which is your song, What's that process like?
It depends on the song. So the new song that came out, Adrenaline, that's just like a fun song. My heart was in it writing it, but it doesn't resonate with me too much. So that I would just be like, you want it, you can have it. But something like Fool's Gold, I wouldn't necessarily want to give that one up.
I was about to say, that would be hard for me to give away.
It's hard. It's definitely because I put so much work into it. But that's why, you get to work with artists and, be like, I have this song. Can I hear you sing it? And if it's not something you want, I would imagine you just say, you know what, I might try somebody else.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's about to happen for you. So again, we're talking to Varro Vivyds, all right? Great R&B artist. She got 2 songs out, Adrenaline and Fool's Gold. It's available on all your streaming platforms. She's on Instagram at Varro Vivyds, and you can check her out at varrovivyds.com. Tiki Blue, you got something else for Miss Varro Vivyds?
Just had to throw it to me like that with no warning.
Yeah.
I like that.
So let me ask you, like, I've listened to Fool's Gold and I've listened to Adrenaline, and I know what kind of vibes I'm getting from you, but are there like other artists that people say, oh, you give me this type of artist vibes, or, like, are they comparing you to other artists already? And you're kind did you say, well, that's an honor, or maybe not?
Well, I won't go into the maybe not, because I don't know who's going to see this.
Right.
Any future enemies. I'm not.
Right.
But yes, there are. But I won't go into that part. I'm kind of at this point genreless. So there's a vast difference between Fool's Gold and Adrenaline. Completely different ends of the spectrum. So some of my friends have said like India RE, which is, for Fool's Gold, which is like that, and Erykah Badu, that's like super high compliments. So I really appreciate that. As for Adrenaline, I haven't had too much feedback yet on who people say it sounds like, but I think like Dua Lipa, like really fun, energetic, kind of disco-y feeling. So both of those I'm totally thrilled with. So that's the feedback I have so far. Do you have any Do you think anything?
Yeah, actually, in 16, we were kind of discussing this a little bit, is when I started listening to Fool's Gold, I was just thinking, oh my gosh, she gives me Kareem Bailey Ray vibes. Like I was starting to think, like I was like, is she British? Like, she coming from across. I didn't realize you're from California, but she's one of my all-time favorites. So when I heard it, I was just like, oh, finally, like somebody else in this category, because there are a lot of artists out there that have really nice voices, that sing, but it's only so many. It's like a handful that really just stand out, and their music is timeless and classic, and their voices, just really transcends time. And for me, Kareem Bailey Ray is one of those, and I immediately got that from you. So I'm thinking you're going to be here for a while, girl.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I totally forgot. I forgot about her, but now that you say her, I'm going to have to re-listen. And so
yes,
that's great. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure.
She's awesome.
What you got, Diva?
I was listening to it, and I love that song, Fool's Gold. I listened to it 5 times already. So I think it's something that like you can just, it's a good vibe, but then it also kind of like pushing your feelings, because you got to be thinking about, damn, when was I mean, I think everybody can remember when they were a fool for somebody, you know what I'm saying? Or whether you want to admit it or not, we've all been there, but it's just such a real song, but it's just an honest song, it's just honest about like how you feel. And I just really like it. And I listened to like a couple of different artists, and I'm super bad with names, but I think her name is either Alina Baraz or Alana Baraz or something like that. She has the same kind of like vibe. It's just very sultry, very smooth, very silky, great music, great vocals to match. And the range is really good. It's not like one level of just kind of talking, but it's just kind of like you truly, truly embody the words that you're singing, which is just very reflective. And people can really sing, but not a lot of people can really, like, I think on your press, it's like it makes you feel like you're a part of that journey, which is very, very true. So I definitely got that from the song.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I sing better when I really feel the song. So I love Adrenaline. I don't think it's my best work, but like I said, there's a little bit of a disconnect. It's something that I'd be willing to shell out. But Fool's Gold, it was, writing that song, I don't mind talking about this stuff, but I'm clean. I have 4.5 years clean and sober. So what happened is, and I can divulge into that a little later when we have, free time, but that Fool's Gold was the first song I wrote again after 7 years of a bad active addiction. So for me, that was really, it needed to happen, which is why I think it came out so good. And my doctor, I played her the song and she hadn't heard me sing. And she goes, wow, you wrote that? That's amazing. And she's like, I can't believe the singer really connected with that song so well. How did you find somebody to sing that totally felt the song? I was like, that's me. She's like, I'm wondering how somebody could sing that so well. So that was
absolutely.
Well, congratulations on your sobriety.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a really good thing. I'm really proud of it, and I could talk about it forever if you want. When you want, I will be happy to go more into it. I don't know how many more questions you have. So.
This is your chance to tell us what you want us to know about you. So whatever you want to divulge is cool. If you don't want to divulge something, that's cool as well. But this is giving people a chance to get to know you on your terms.
Well, I appreciate that. And I do have a lot to say when it comes to recovery and mental health. That is kind of, as an artist, that's what I'm championing towards. So it means so much to me to have that. And when I was a little younger, it wasn't, it's not as taboo now, but before you never really heard artists talk about their struggles with addiction and their mental health. It was just kind of hushed over.
Yeah.
And now so many artists, Halsey, you got Demi Lovato doing it, right? Talking about their addiction issues and their bipolar and their depression. And it really makes a difference. As an artist, I don't feel so alone anymore. And I struggled with bipolar and depression for so long. But since it wasn't talked about, I didn't really know that there was a way to work with that. And I didn't realize that I can ask for help. And that's a big thing that I want people to know, is it's okay to ask for help. We all need it. And yeah, so that for me is like really important.
Let me ask you this. I know at one point it was just almost understood and accepted that artists would have struggles, you know, in different addictions, and their circles would essentially feed it to them because it was just, I guess, the mentality that it made them a better artist. You know, like they were, you know, could tap into it and just really pull from it and make them better. Is that something that you feel is necessarily true? Like, do you feel like artists necessarily need to go through that type of struggle? Or is it just, you know, I guess an urban legend, so to speak?
Well, it's funny because at the beginning of my active addiction, when I was writing songs still, they were pretty good. And I think it was, you know, my drug of choice was uppers. So I had that energy and I was like ready to go. And so like I can see where that stigma came from. Like, this person, watch them perform on drugs, they're so amazing, let's keep giving them drugs, you know, and not really giving them a chance to take that confidence and like roll with it. I do find now, though, after going through that struggle, my work is a lot deeper and I'm really able to hit those low places. But I don't think you have to have that super low to write quality work. So I'm not saying, oh, you should go out and do a bunch of drugs and hit that bottom and get that struggle. I just happen to do that naturally. So I do have that to work on. So, and you know, you can have depression without using drugs. And a lot of my songs on the upcoming for next year that I have planned really go into my struggles with depression and anxiety. And it's just, I'm so excited for the music next year that's coming out. Honestly, everything I'm doing now is to try to create buzz and get money so I can just do what I really, really want next year.
Getting the money. That's what we're all doing, trying to get the money.
It's expensive to like really get music out there, and recording it, mastering it, distributing, like it's not cheap. So if you want to sponsor me, I'm available. Slide in my DMs.
Yes, girl, you better put a number on that, how much money you need. Tell the people what you want. Throw a number out there, and then your fans will help like contribute to it for sure. I've seen so many artists do that. Everybody's supporting. Like, are you independent or are you?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm doing it all myself. I don't have any backers. And, you know, realistically, I mean, I'm not asking people for this, just know, but realistically, to get a decent quality of what I want to release next year, I'd need about 20 grand. So,
okay, that's not bad.
Yeah. It's totally doable. It's just, some of my friends were saying you should create a GoFundMe, which is a good idea. It's just with COVID, people struggling, I don't really feel good asking for money for me to do music when a mom can't feed her kids.
Right.
You know?
She's not going to be the one donating. It's going to listen. There are so many people who are still working. They're working from home. There's a lot of fans out here. People out here got money, okay? And if they believe in you, then they want to support you. And I think you just have to remember that people are still out here making money, and people are still being positive, and people like want so badly to invest in quality. And I know a lot of people who that's been like their concern about investing in anything is that it's not quite what they thought it was going to be. So then like, you know, so I would just say there's some other platforms. If you don't want to use GoFundMe, maybe we can put something together and send it to you as ideas. But I think what you're doing is great. So don't think that people won't invest in it, because they will. Like, I know from having other people in the music industry, 20,000 is not a lot for music because those numbers go up so fast, especially in the studio. So yeah, I think this year you can definitely hit that goal. It's just going to be promoting and people contributing. Girl, you better put that thing up there so people can drop some money in that bank for you.
Well, I didn't know that. I knew there was Spotify fundraising, but I just assumed it was strictly for charities, right? But I've seen people and they do it for themselves. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could do that. So I'm probably going to do that later this week and people can just slip me a little money.
Yeah, they totally would. Like, let people follow you on your journey, and then people people do YouTube Live. At some point, you get a certain amount of followers, they can actually donate. You can, I mean, there's so many platforms that you can just put like your everyday content that you already do. And people just want something to believe in. 5, 10, 20, 150, 1,000, whatever. They just want to give to something. So look, you're totally worth it. So just put it out there.
I needed to hear that from somebody, so I didn't feel like such a bad person. So I appreciate that.
No, because if they can't afford it, girl, they're gonna give you a thumbs up and a share. And if they got the money, then they're gonna dump some money in your account.
That's exactly right. Yeah, there's a lot of people out here still doing a lot of online shopping because they have nothing else to do.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, that's not discounting that there are people actually in need.
Yeah.
And, you know, there are mothers that, you know, are struggling to feed their children, get rent paid, get basic bill paid. But then you also, you know, have, you know, some people who aren't in that same struggle. And so, you know, because kids are home, they may have a little extra discretionary funds because they're not paying for daycare and paying for all these after school activities and like, you know, clothes for school and all that kind of stuff. So you just never know.
People pay for what they want. You always have to remember that. I'm an entrepreneur, so I get it 100%.
Yeah.
I run an online business, but you know, people really pay for what they want. And one of the things that people really connect to and they resonate with is music. And like, even during times like this, the thing that gets people through is music, things that they can connect to, things that make them feel, things they can look forward to hearing. So the fact that your songs are so good, people will contribute to that because they want to hear more. Because there's so much horrible stuff out here that I think people are really going back to really craving like really, really talented people. So we believe in you. So like you should totally like go for it.
Maybe I'll make that on my goal list this week, is to get some sort of something going.
Yeah, and then let us know the link and we'll definitely share it on our platforms for sure.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
All right, nice. So again, we're talking to Varro Vivyds. She has 2 songs out right now, Adrenaline and Fool's Gold. They're available on all your streaming platforms. So that's Apple Music, Spotify, you know, wherever you get your music, it's available. You can search her out on Instagram at Varro Vivyds, and she has a website, varrovivyds.com. All right, so I have a question that kind of, I guess, piggybacking off of mentioning about the pandemic. Everybody has been affected by this in some way. So how has the pandemic changed the way you go about promoting yourself? And has this time of social distancing helped you really like focus in on doing your music?
Yeah. As far as promoting, I'm just starting in that aspect. So I haven't really needed to go outside to do it. Just mostly everything's been online. But with recording, I'm really lucky. I have a really good friend who's my sound engineer. And because it's just like a 1-person studio and it's privately owned, we've been able to go in and record. Because I mean, with studios, you don't have to be close to a person. More times than not, you aren't even close at all. You're not even in the same room. So other people did use the studio. So what I did is I went out and I bought my own really nice pair of headphones, my own microphone, and my own pop filter. So I didn't have to touch anything that other people were using in that type of way. So we've been able to, we spent all last year recording a bunch of songs. I have a lot coming out this year that's finished. There's a couple more that we need to finish recording. We took a little bit of a break in January. So probably next month we'll get back in on that. So I hate to say it, but for me, COVID was actually like a really good thing. I live with my mom and dad, and they're a little higher risk. So they didn't want me going back to work. Originally, I was a dental assistant, which isn't like the cleanest environment to be in.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously they're clean, right? They're open. Yeah. I can promise you that everything that we did was completely compliant. But still, for me, it just, you know, my best friend just had a baby. My part-time job was to take care of my neighbor who's cancer remission. So I was around a lot of high-risk people. So nobody wanted me to go back to work, and I wasn't upset about it. I was like, this is probably the last time I won't have to have a job for a long time. So I took it and I rolled with it. And so I was able to get a lot of writing done last year. So for me, it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I can see how that, because the same thing happened with us where we were kind of on a hiatus from doing the show, and the pandemic kind of carved out that time for us to be able to push ourselves to go out there and do that. So it's interesting to hear other people's stories where they're taking this time that is very strange out there and making it work for themselves. So my next question pivots to back in directly into the music, where what's a song that you heard that you really, really like, and you know if you sang it, your version of it, it will be a hit? So what's a song that you really like, and if you sang that, you know off top, that's a hit?
Ooh. Oh, I wish you would have given me this question earlier.
I aim to get them. I got you.
One of my, I have two extremely favorite songs, but one especially that I think would be good would be, what's the whole title of it? I'll Follow You Into the Dark, Death Cab by Cutie. Death Cab for Cutie. That one I really, really like. It's simple and it's really deep, and the lyrics make me cry. I love songs that really make me feel something and tell a story. And I like to sing that one, especially a cappella. So I've been actually working on getting a video together of me doing some a cappella songs, and that's on the list. Another one that actually is my all-time favorite song is Stop This Train by John Mayer. That is my absolute favorite song in the entire world. I mean, it's just, for me, family is so important. And it's about growing older and getting ready to face losing his parents. And what is the line? It's like...
Well, you can sing it. Since we like a cappella, you could just sing it, you know. Ain't nobody stopping you.
I just can't. Hold on. I'm gonna look up the lyrics really quickly just so I can say that one line, because it's such a beautiful song. Stop This Train lyrics. We'll see. My internet. Yeah. Okay. Wait. There's a line about the parents. For me, I wrote a song, while this is loading, I wrote a song about my grandparents, actually. My grandpa died a couple weeks ago. So that's why I'm up here at my cousin's house, is because we're moving my grandma downstairs in the retirement home. So we're kind of having a girls' weekend, and it's the first time we've been able to do something like this in a year. And so we hadn't been able to go into the retirement home. But since my grandpa was on hospice, the grandchildren, one of my other aunts, were allowed to go back in. So we got to be there for my grandpa's death, and, you know, within those few weeks. And it was really beautiful. So I had written them a song a couple years ago, and I gave it as a gift for Christmas. I got it recorded. And one of my favorite lines in that song is, "You taught my mom how to love, and she passed it down to us." And so for me, this song really, it just hit home. Where is it? I'm so sorry. I wish.
Why she gonna have us crying on this show right now?
I mean, it was just the sweetest song, and my grandparents, they totally loved it. And my grandpa, it was New Year's Day after, and he sent me this beautiful voicemail that I get to keep forever. I sent it to all my emails. I have like 5, or for some reason I have like 5 emails, and I sent it, and, you know, he's basically like, "Thank you for this gift that you gave our family. It really shows our family love, and we're just so thankful." And he did this. He was in the Navy, so he did this cute thing at the very end of the message. He was like, "Blessings, over and out." And so I'm making a slideshow with my song for the memorial. It's going to be online. And in it, at the very end, we're going to have his Navy picture. And the last thing will be like, blessings over and out. And I thought that was like a really, a really sweet thing. I'm having such trouble. Anyways, he says he's one generation's length from fighting life out on his own. And I just like that line in particular hit me so hard, and it makes me want to cry because that's how I feel when I think about my parents, you know, like one day they're going to be gone, and it's life and it's death, and it just happens. That's what it is, you know? And so that song especially just like touches my soul. Back to your question, I don't know if I sang it and it would be a hit though, but I do love that song.
Oh, I pulled up the lyrics. I see what you're talking about. It is very sweet.
Yeah, oh God, that song is so beautiful. It's Stop This Train, you know, like I just want to stop. Life is happening too quickly. And the reason why I love music like that is it's storytelling. That's really where it comes down for me is, you know, versus adrenaline versus fool's gold. Adrenaline is fun. It's fluff, let's be honest, right? But it gets people happy and you can still relate to it, and it's fun, it's light. But fool's gold it's storytelling. So there's a vast difference, and I definitely lean more towards the storytelling when it comes to my writing.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it too.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds like when you're answering the questions, you are storytelling. Like the way that you're giving your answers is, you know, you're building beginning, middle, end, you know. So that's a skill. And you know, just to say, like when you're talking about your family, you know, you're honoring the family legacy by doing what you're doing with your talents.
Yeah.
You're keeping the family name alive by doing that. So
Absolutely.
that's stuff that's gonna live forever.
And I got to share, before my grandpa passed, I got to share with him Fool's Gold, and they both loved it. And he was lying in bed, he had his oxygen, and he was very weak, but he was, you know, kind of dancing along. And that felt like really good for me because they've worked so hard in their life to provide for their family, and they've saved their money and they've invested well, and they gift the grandchildren stock every year for Christmas. And they say, you know, use it to prepare for your future. And so I considered music preparing for my future, I'm hoping. So I sold it, but I told them and they were like, oh, we're so glad it was able to help. So because of them, I was able to get a lot of this music done. Otherwise, you know, I wasn't working last year. You know, I helped my neighbor a little bit and I get some money that way. But so they are, you know, a big, big block foundation in my music career. So it's been, and I got to show my grandma Adrenaline, and she was dancing, and she's 96 and she was dancing, and it was so sweet. So I'm really, really thankful that I got to have them for 28 years. I mean, I still have my grandma, but I got to have them as a unit for 28 years of my life, you know, and they got to watch me grow up and see the woman I've become. And they're both so proud of me with my music. And so it's like I got the family blessing, which feels good.
That's know.
Good.
Nice.
I mean, that is beautiful because you do hear like a lot of artists that do talk about they're very close with their family and their family had reservations about them entering into this type of career, and it took them to be successful before their family was like kind of like thumbs up, okay, we approve this, because they had to kind of like go against the grain. But I think one of the things that's beautiful that lets you kind of just create is that your family truly supports what you're doing.
Yeah. It took convincing for my mother, however.
I can imagine.
She wasn't on board at first. I mean, she's always been really supportive of my musical ambitions, but for her, she kind of saw it as like a side hobby. And my parents are both very, very pushy about going to college and getting a 4-year degree. And I'm not knocking that by any means. I think it's great. It personally for me at the time
wasn't. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. And it took them my dad, he didn't really care. My mom, it took her a very long time to be okay with that. And now that I'm like getting the music out there, and I talked to her about the photo shoots and all the press that I talked to her about everything that I have to do by myself, that I don't have other people there for. And I think she now sees how serious I am about it, how much I'm investing. And she's been really supportive the last 6 months, been just totally thrilled for me. And she's like, I'm not going to pressure you to go to school, but just know if you wanted to take, some side classes about lyric writing, songwriting, voice coaching, we have this, college fund for you. And I'd be happy to use that to help further this. So she's still getting her education, little hit in there, right? But on from me being whatever. And she's like, music clearly is what you want to do. So how can I support you? Which has been awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. So I just want to say, when you mentioned the word thrilled, we've been thrilled to speak with you here. And I got another question for you. And then we have a game that we play with our guests that we're going to transition to, get a little, free ourselves up here. So the last thing before we transition to our game here is that I mentioned all the places that we can find you, but this is a time, like, plug yourself. What is, make sure and mention everywhere where people can find you online, where they can get in touch with you on social media. Just kind of recap where people can find you and listen to your music, because it is very good and it's something people should be checking out.
Cool. Yeah. So, you got the big four. You got Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and Pandora. So, of course, and then I use for my distributor CD Baby. And so they do global. So I don't have all of those names, but I know people have hit me up from Japan who have listened and found it on their main streaming site that they use. So it is out there. If you, search my name, you'll see it. So it's for those who can't see so small, it's VARRO VIVYDS. So Vivyds, but with a Y. But if you type in Varro Viv, I found that it still comes up. It's the next thing. So you shouldn't have too much of a problem. I have a YouTube, but I haven't claimed it yet. And so I will be posting videos on there. I have a lyric video for Adrenaline coming out in a couple weeks that we've been working on. Instagram, Twitter. I have a TikTok that has one video of me and my cat that I posted last year. So it's there though. and SoundCloud. And I basically try to get as many platforms as I can, even if I don't use them. But I wanted to make sure that I had my name and I didn't have to fight for it in the future. We're talking future and future hopes. I hope that one day somebody's like, Varro Vivyds with an I, trying to pretend they're me, So I wanted to make sure that I had all the platforms already taken, so there wasn't any confusion. And that's actually how I kind of came up with my stage name. Was my real name is Veronica, and we wanted something somewhat similar. Yeah. And V, right? And everything that we could think of, me and one of my girlfriends, was taken. And somewhere I've read, as a beginning artist, it's a great idea to have all of your platforms have the same name. If you aren't known, you want everything the same. So when people look for you, they just look for you.
Exactly.
So we've been on Instagram and everything was taken. So at some point we got to Varro Vivyds and it wasn't. And I was like, yeah, I like that, but let's spice it up and put a Y for no reason at all. And so I claimed all the platforms that I could that I might have a future interest in. So I don't use them all. Maybe one day if I get a social media manager, but I wanted to have them.
Sure.
That's pretty smart.
That's cool.
I'm just happy I pronounced it correct, because we played one of your songs on the show a couple of weeks ago and was promoting it. So I'm glad I got that correct, because I usually mess up one or two things around here that my co-hosts make sure and remind me of on a pretty daily basis. I figure they do it out of love. I'll take it. So speaking of things that I do badly, but I've gotten better at it, is explaining this game that we play here. All right. So the name of this is Don't At Me. It's sort of like on social media if somebody would have asked you about something you say. So the way to explain it is I'll ask you a few rapid fire questions and I'll say something like, okay, you prefer Coke or Pepsi? If it's Pepsi, you'll say Pepsi. Don't at me. It's like saying, look, that's it. That's what it is. I like Pepsi. That's it.
Okay.
That's basically how that goes. So I got, a few questions here for you. We're gonna have a little fun with this if you're with that.
Okay.
All right.
I'm excited. This is like nervous, excited. Like, okay.
It's so fun. I think you'll like it.
Okay, so just to confirm, if I do like Pepsi, don't at me.
Yeah,
yes.
You got it. All right. So here's the first one for Varro Vivyds here. So, Varro, when are you the most irritated? I'm dropping my headphone. When are you the most irritated? When you're tired or when you're hungry?
When I'm hungry, don't at me.
There you go.
She said it with authority.
Yes. I like that. That's how you do it. Diva, what about you? When are you the most irritated? When you're tired or when you're hungry?
When I'm tired, do not at me.
Tiki Blue.
When I'm hungry, there is nothing you have to say to me other than the food is here or it's done or it's ready. Because my hangry is real. Hangry Tiki is real.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
I'll say, for me, well, I'm pretty much moody most of the time.
Right.
If you really, Tiki, did you have to like nod your head in agreement, like yes, like that?
I'm supporting you.
We're agreeing with you. What's the problem?
No, it's supposed to be like, no, you're not moody. That's not really, whatever. But anyway, I
have
could be
the wrong co-host for that.
I could be moody, so it's definitely hungry. Yeah, it's definitely hungry. Yeah, I'm not myself when I'm hungry. Give me a Snickers, please. All right, Varro, how do you prefer to sleep? On your back or on your stomach?
On my back, don't at me.
Yes.
Practicing. I want people to see this and see my reel and be like, wow, she can act too.
Okay.
Diva, what about you?
On my stomach, don't at me. I don't know how I started that trend, but it's just like soothing, like a baby. It works.
Tiki?
I'm a stomach to side sleeper. Like, I'll start on my side, then I'll flip to my stomach, then I'm back to my side. But definitely, I have to be on my stomach to start, to get to my good deep sleep, and then I can finish it on my side. But I gotta start it on my stomach.
All right.
You didn't do it. Don't at me though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't it? Okay. All right.
You better get it right, Tiki.
I know.
You should know this game by now.
Ooh, I like that with authority.
I know, right?
I like it.
She's got to come back on this show. We need to keep her out.
I know, because there's not too many people to try and check me on here, girl. You better hold on.
Yeah, they usually start a forest fire on here. I like it though. All right. So here's the next one. I'm really interested to hear this from all three of y'all. Okay, so Varro, when you get the wrong thing in the drive-thru, do you just eat whatever they gave you, or do you go back and complain?
I eat it, don't at me. I don't have time for that. If I'm in the drive-thru, I'm not leisurely going through the drive-thru. I don't have time to deal with that. Even at restaurants, I usually will just take it.
Wow, okay. Now I can tell you right now that with my co-host, this answer is going to be totally different. So let me start with ATL Diva over there. She already laughing because she knows what this is. So Diva.
Wait, hold on. So we just gonna skip over? She didn't say don't at me. We're just gonna skip over that.
Oh!
Are you gonna check me?
No, she said it. She said it.
Wait, when she said it, I need rewind. When did she say it? Because I didn't hear the don't at me.
She said it right after she said she's gonna take it, and then she just kept talking. So
okay,
you missed it, but she did say it because I was listening.
Okay, all right.
I'll say it a few more times just for you during the questions.
Okay,
all right. Because she said she was here for it, but Diva, what? I'm dying to know about this one.
You already know how I do. It's got to go back. This is not what I want. First of all, it probably took me 2 hours to even narrow down what I want to eat because
let's not even start with that part. Please, start with that.
I already fixed my mouth for it. So one or two things is gonna happen. I'm gonna be really, really nice, and I'm gonna give it back. If you have a slight attitude, like, you know what, forget you, I don't even want it, This is why I ordered water anyway when I sat down, so you can just don't even bother it. I'm leaving. Or if it's a drive-through, I'm gonna get my food. I'm gonna say, hey, listen, I need you to get this because one, I paid for it. So half the time I only eat like a few things from a restaurant anyway. So don't at me. I'm taking it back.
That's a whole thing. That's a whole thing.
Tiki, are you with me? Are you with me?
Yes. So I am in the same boat. I'm gonna check it really quick before I pull off because I probably have already been sitting in your drive-thru for a while. But if it is not right, after I pulled off and I'm just like, oh, I am actually missing something, I will circle back around through the drive-thru depending on the line size. Or I'm about to park really quick. Y'all hold on because I need to walk to the window and be like, hey, you didn't give me all of my food or this is incorrect. Yeah. 9 times out of 10 because of COVID, they're not taking anything back through the window anyway. They're like, just keep it and they'll give you some extra stuff. But if it's something that I've really wanted, I'm already hangry anyway, I'm going to need you to get my food right. Don't at me.
Yeah.
Girl, your eyes start twitching. You be like, oh my God, I didn't get my food. I'm hungry.
I saw
you
her
already
senses.
know I'm mad because if I had to get out the car, I got to get out the car. Let's start there. And please let them have convenient parking because if I got to get my babies out the car as well, now I'm going to be real extra when I walk up to your drive-through window. Because they finna get out the car looking hangry, and nobody wants all of us at the window looking hangry.
Okay, I know I can go.
We will send you this one video where we go into great detail about how her pizza order got wrong one time on the show.
Oh,
that is hilarious. Like she went on a whole rant because she ordered a pizza online. It was just a whole story. We're not going to go into it today, but on a previous show, we do talk about food a lot. And
there was also an episode where, and that was a whole thing too, where we were saying that it's hard for girls to figure out exactly what they want to eat.
Yeah.
And that was almost the entire show. We almost spent 2 hours fighting about it,
Yeah.
I can see
but
that.
It happens. A lot of stuff going around this place. As you can see, we're very lively. All right, got 2 more here for you. This one is interesting. Okay, so is it pronounced?
Wait, 16, are you sending it back or not?
Okay, am I sending it back?
Yeah.
Okay, so it depends. Now, for myself, it depends on what it is. I might just shrug my shoulders and do it. But if I am coming home to my daughters and my wife, that is a different story. I will walk back in somewhere. I will walk back in like, I can't go home with this wrong. You done put bacon on this and she don't eat no bacon, bro. You trying to get me put out. So yeah, it depends on who it is. For me, I'll let it slide. But for the women in my life, I'm going back and doing whatever I have to do to keep the peace at home, for sure.
I can see that because it's you who forgot the food. They didn't give you the wrong order. You forgot to get the right food.
Yeah.
So I could see why you want to go back.
There it is.
It's your fault. And you forgot to say, don't at me, 16.
It's my game. I can do whatever I want with it.
Nope.
Lies. You have to lead by example. No, you
since
can't
when?
tell the host how to play
But
the game.
Don't at me. All right? Do not.
See?
All right? There we go. All right. Here's the next one. Very interesting. Is it pronounced salmon or salmon? Varro.
Salmon, don't at me.
Uh-oh. Tiki?
Salmon, don't at me. I eat this every Tuesday. Y'all know we ordered this every Tuesday from the Costco.
What happened to
salmon?
What happened to the L? Diva, what about you? Salmon or salmon?
Salmon, like with the L. I do pronounce it. Don't at me.
Why is the L not there if everybody want to chop it up and make it salmon? The L is there. Didn't nobody?
There are a lot of words that have letters that we don't pronounce.
But who made the rule that said that L is silent? I want to meet that person. Who said it?
It depends on where you're from. You just say whatever. Like we got so many things like that. So whatever. Don't at me. I use the L. Fine.
I use the L too. Don't at me. It's there.
Salmon.
It's there. All right, Varro. Last one here for you.
Okay.
When you're drinking water, how do you like your water? You take it cold or you want room temperature?
Cold, don't at me.
That's the way to
I don't
drink
like too much ice. I have really sensitive teeth. So it needs to be light ice. I can't have maybe like a cube.
Thank you.
Don't at me.
Nice. Tiki.
I like. Oh, Tiki.
Oh, I'm sorry. Diva, go ahead.
Go ahead, Diva.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I'm with Varro. I don't really like a lot of ice. I like it like room temperature or cool. But yeah, I really kind of hate ice anyway, so I could do without it. Don't at me.
Tiki Blue.
So apparently I'm the odd man out. So I like my bottled water usually room temp, to be honest, because it takes, me long enough it's gonna get warm anyway by the time I finish it. It's gonna be room temp anyway. So I don't, I'm not really tripping over that. But if you're giving me water from a filtration system, or if I'm getting water from QT or something like that, or even when I go to Chick-fil-A, give me a large cup of water with extra ice. Because I just like to chew on the ice anyway.
That's true.
Yes. So if it's some chewable ice, that racetrack ice, that QT ice, I'm signing me up for it. I love the soft ice. But
I can't stand you ice crunchers. It's so annoying for my ears. It sucks. Oh god.
As Tiki says, I'm gonna keep on chewing. She said,
pretty much.
I admire them though. I admire ice chewers. I'm just jealous because I can't do it. My teeth can't take that. But it's fascinating and annoying at the same time.
Well,
like nails on a chalkboard.
I can tell you what wasn't annoying though. That was playing Don't At Me with our guest Varro Vivyds on the Aftermath.
Yeah.
She gets the applause on that one. High budget. So, Varro, it was a pleasure, getting a chance to talk to you and you being so honest and open about, your story, your music, what you've been going through, where you're headed. We were extremely happy to talk to you, and I think I speak for my lovely co-host that the door is wide open for you to come back on the show anytime and sit down with us and talk.
Yes.
And the way you called in Tiki, I don't know, might be a guest host coming in one of these days, try to stir it up a little bit, but definitely a lot of fun talking to you. And if you could just, again, throw out your information one more time. We can't put that out there enough so people can get with you.
Varro Vivyds, it's funny because I don't want to mess up, so I'm actually looking at my name on the screen. So VARRO VIVYDS, and you can type that into any platform, and my name will come up. And because I have this platform right now, I would want to do one last plug for mental health because it's so important, especially right now with COVID. So many people are feeling alone. So if you're watching this, please check in on somebody you haven't checked in with, because a lot of us suffer in silence. And it's really important to reach out because you just never know. And if you are feeling down and nobody's reached out, it's not a sign of weakness to reach out yourself. So, yeah.
Nice.
Definitely.
We're learning stuff, we're having fun, and we out here doing public service announcements. We are truly a hip hop variety show. So again, Varro, we appreciate the time. Please go check out her music. It's very good. She's trying to put it out there for the people to, feel good about themselves, and then also get her feelings out there. So make sure you give her some love. Check her out. We definitely support your friends here at the radio show. So Varro, again, thank you for the time, and we hope to talk to you again very soon.
Thank you for having me. You guys are my first. So.
Thank you.
Were your first interview? Nice.
Yeah, I did do like a radio thing with one of my girlfriends. She hosts like a local radio show. And so, but it was like midnight to 2 a.m. and I was just playing some songs and we were just having fun. But this is like my first professional one. So you guys will always be my first.
Oh, nice. Dang. So I can go back tonight and tell my wife I was somebody's first and not get kicked out the house. This is fantastic.
Exactly.
But no,
it's definitely been a pleasure interviewing you. So we are excited. Yeah. So when you drop your music later this year, come back, let us know.
Absolutely. I will definitely do that. You guys are a lot of fun.
Hey, word of advice, don't come for the co-host. We won't invite you back.
Keep that in mind.
Hilarious. But like I said, again, Varro, a pleasure speaking with you, and we look forward to another opportunity to sit down in the future, and we will be playing your music on the show as well.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. This was a lot of fun.
You are welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, have a great day.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. So that was Varro Vivyds on the Aftermath. Another great Aftermath in the books. Diva, Tiki, how's it going? You guys make the Aftermath like look better. This was like a real cute Aftermath. All these beautiful women on here, and then you got 16's ugly mug here messing up everything. But how y'all feeling?
I mean,
Good.
I'm feeling great. I really, really enjoy interviewing her. It felt like a very well-rounded interview. We feel like we got to know who she is as a person, and then also who she is as an artist. And that just makes you want to support that person and listen to them more. So I definitely enjoyed that interview.
Absolutely. Same here. Tiki, how about you? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm I have the same sentiments as Diva. Like, we really got a chance to, get to know her. I wasn't expecting the whole addiction part, but you just, that's the beauty in having an interview. When people feel comfortable enough to open up to you and just kind of start giving you their real story, then you actually see that, hey, there's actually a real person behind this. It's not some, manufactured Barbie doll just up here piping out, tunes. So, I think it was amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's good. And I'll say what makes it amazing too is hanging out with you two. That's awesome as well.
Now see if you can get us together on a Tuesday night.
Whew. Look, I'll take it how I can get it, but this is great. This was, make sure y'all check out Varro Vivyds on all the streaming platforms and everything. Check for us for a new episode. Episode 100 is out there to check out for us. A new episode coming this week. Also, Easy and I did a guest spot on a great podcast called ZZ Talk that is out there as well. So a lot of stuff going on. We got Aftermaths for every weekend in the month of February. We are booked solid. So, and almost into March too, because Diva has been working on some stuff too. So we're almost,
Oh, and I may have another artist for, I may have a like Caribbean, Colombian artist that I'm working on right now.
Yes.
So so I'm very interested in it. So I have to have that phone call tonight to see if that's gonna be something we can maybe pull off in February, March-ish.
Looking forward to it. Can't put enough stuff out there. That's how I feel. So we're good to go. Another episode in the books. So we're gonna do what we normally do at the end of these shows: is wave to the camera.
Bye.
And we will talk to you guys very soon. You just checked out the radio show, The Aftermath. Make sure y'all give some love to Varro Vivyds. All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye.